Hi, welcome to Delicate Dark Girl. So, I hope you enjoyed that special I did last week because the new schedule says that there will be no uploads the last week of the month, any month, every month. So, that was special because I wanted to get the favorites in while it was still September. As you know, that's when I do my yearly favorites. Today, I'm going to be putting on the two of the newer foundations and wearing them for a while to see how they feel. I already put on the Fenty, but I'll probably put it on again, but I really want to put on Pat McGrath, so that's what we're going to do now. I've done literally everything else except put on lipstick, which I don't think I'm going to do. So I got Deep 33. Oops. I feel like I put too much. There it is. It's liquidy, more liquidy than I thought it would be. Anyway, here we go. Boom, boom, work our way around the face. And I sprayed it with that that mattifying Coupe and Daisy thing, which honestly doesn't mattify a thing, but it smells nice and it gives the sponge a, you know, some moisture without using water. Water is always nice though. So just on this corner of my face, first of all, the color is perfect. I'm good at matching myself. Anyway, it really is weightless. I don't know if it called itself weightless, but it is not weighty on the face at all. But it's giving me good coverage. I would say medium coverage with one swipe. As you can see, you can still see my mold through there, but it's kind of camouflaged. It's really like the foundation itself is thin, but the coverage isn't. It's good though. I like it. It's my type. What's your type of foundation? Do you like something full coverage that you can put on thinly? Or full coverage that you can put on thickly? Or do you like thin kind of foundations to put on thickly? Like layered. Like, do you like to layer up? Do you like to just like one swipe and go? Do you like to play with your layers? I don't really play with my layers. I do one swipe and go. I feel like even full coverage foundation can be thinned out. One, you use a damp sponge. Two, you have to ask a professional though, but this is just my theory from what I've done. Two, you just use less. So like if you put one pump of something else, if that one's a full foundation, you might try half a pump and spread it. You know, anything spread thinly can, you know, turn lightweight and probably still give you the coverage that you want. That's kind of what I do with the Stila. And we're done. Feels amazing. It feels amazing. It feels amazing. So let's get up in there. Oh, and like as a matter of fact, I feel like that mattifying makeup spray, it gives things even like a dewier appearance than they would naturally. But it's like a satin kind of thing. The primer I used was Smashbox Photo Finish. I really like that. It is 9:26 right now. Let me show you. Bite of my little sponge, it's so jiggly. Oh, there you go. It is 9:27 now. It's been a whole minute trying to get this to show. I just put this eye shadow on any kind of way with my fingers. It looks like it, don't it? I just wanted to because it was really nice. Let me put the exposure back up so you can see. I'm gonna tell you I should take it all the way out, right? See you later. It's even better in the bathroom. Like, oh, I added that mented Doto. This is so nice. Let me switch to front camera. Oh, my hair looks crazy. Look at it. It's really nice. And that sparkle's nice too. It's not. So I already started wiping off this side of my face, but anyway, let me show you the time. Hold on. It's 5:22. Now it's time to say goodbye. I really liked how it felt. As you can see, I'm a little shiny, but that's natural, and I told you guys I'm not the type to fight that anymore. My sister's playing King's Rage. If any of you know that game, you guys are brothers in arms. And you must also be excited about the new character reveal. Hey! So I'll see you when I see you for the next foundation trial. I think I'll make this a string. I'm gonna make this a compilation video again. Yeah, bye. Maybe cool. So today I thought I'm not gonna share the whole eyebrow process. So I've already taken away the bottom to make them kind of thin today and round. And I'm just gonna use the eyeliner, well, my designated eyeliner. It's actually an eyeshadow. And I'm gonna use my eyeshadow brush. First I need to loosen it up. It's a little stiff. Like, for less stuffy eyebrows, I like to use a bigger angle brush. And I've pinched it into submission, but sometimes I like to loosen it up and then pinch it again, because then it gets too stiff, like right now. So I loosen it up and now I'll just pinch it a little bit so it becomes a little thinner. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, I won't spray it with the setting spray though, because that makes it too dense or something. I don't really know what it does. But I'm just going to go in here with the powder and lightly fill in where I want it to be filled. There we go. Woohoo! I think it makes a softer look overall. It feels softer for me. Also, I'm not going to use any brow mascara. Wow! The problem with this method is because my eyebrows are essentially two different shapes for some reason. So I have to remember to go in the front of this one. Do you see that? That's the only problem. Need a bowl permanent solution to a problem. Okay, we are going to brush them. So last time I did my eyebrows, I used a pencil, the NYX pencil. Today I'm using the Innisfree powder. For some reason, you know, sometimes I don't have trouble with my eyebrows, and then sometimes I have so much trouble with my eyebrows. That's why sometimes I just don't do them at all. Or at least I'll start to do them, and then I'll just throw it away. I'll like wipe them off and pretend it never happened. I can't even show you all of this because I'm gonna have to fight with these for a little bit, and I'll get back to you. Oh, okay, and we're back. The eyebrows are done to the best capacity. They're done. Now they're with powder, so you see they're a little more, I want to say like just lightweight. I'm not going to set them. We're going to move on to the eyeliner. And I'm only going to tightline today. I don't even want a tightline for it. Just do a short eyeline right here at the edge, at winter's edge. See that? Just like that. And then I'll pull it out in a minute. Do the same thing over here. And then we'll take this and we'll pull it out. And again, we'll pull it out. see? This one got a little thicker than this one, didn't it? We'll go under just in that corner. Just in that corner. Okay, so we're using the Innisfree M20. And we're just gonna put it right here on the eyelid. There we go, look at that. Easy peasy. Woohoo! Yay! Oh, this just became episode 2 of 6 Days Same Face. So I guess the difference in this one will be foundations, again, the color of the eye sparkle, and eyebrows, and eyeliner, again. So instead of red lip, nude eye, it's gonna be nude eye, nude lip. It was really just gonna be a foundation test, but now I want it to be 6 Days Same Face. Nude sparkly eye. There it is. So we'll always have the same nude base, this one, but the sparkle will change. So the first day was Innisfree. Today, I'm gonna pull from The Tribe by Juvia's. I'm gonna use Chaga. I'm not even gonna think about it, just gonna use it. Woohoo! So everything in this palette's kind of green. Let's bring it down into the corner, like we did with the other one, I think. We'll go over eyeliner again in a minute. There you go. Woo! I put a lot on the other one, so now I have to match it. I didn't mean to, but here we are. It's fine. I like a lot of sparkle. And done. So we're gonna use the same mascara every time. Last time I tried to use different mascaras, but that's not to this episode's point. Today's episode's main point is gonna be the sparkles. This one is gonna be about the details and eyebrow shaping. Sparkle over a nude base. Eyeline shaping, like we're gonna do different eyeline types. And then different nude lip. And the foundation will change, of course, just like the last one. And done. I like that. I like how that turned out. Yeah. So today's foundation, we finally got here. It's only been 14 minutes. I'm talking about finally like it's been hours. Today's foundation is going to be Hailey's. You've already seen me use this. It was in the Get Ready With Me for the Maxwell concert. I just put it on my face. I already have on primer and stuff, so okay. Cat whiskers, meow. And that's the foundation. Oh, this is 1025 Cool. And then I'm gonna use these disposable sponges. These are 2 of them together, because they're kind of small, so I just ripped them together. And I'm gonna spray it with the e.l.f. Mist and Set, which is great because I got this during that Ulta sale that they have in September, and I didn't expect it to be so big. This is twice the size of the normal one that I get. Alright, I'm just gonna get my forehead a little. Ooh. And then like just like here. I haven't like put on highlighter in a while, like highlighting concealer. It's kind of fun. And clear. Love it. So that means we just go straight to lip. First I'm gonna put some Vaseline on. It's got longer than I wanted it to. I like keeping these videos short. Well, because you know there's gonna be 6 of them. So I'm gonna use my newest purchase, which is the Uoma Beauty lipstick. This is in the shade Nina. This is it. It's got a little engraved part or raised part there. I think that's so cool. It was heavier than I thought it was gonna be. The packaging is like metal or something because, anyway, this magnet. And I forgot how many of them there are, but they're all these women. So this one's Nina, as in Nina Simone. I got Nina, Coretta, and Miriam to start. I'm gonna get Angela next. I've also started to draw the lipstick over my Cupid's bow, and I like it better. I like the effect it has. So there's more to this brown than meets the eye. I feel like there's like a reddish, like a cool reddish undertone about it. Okay. And it's this shiny because of the Vaseline, but it's not really a dry thing. It's like semi-matte. It's kind of pretty much matte, but it's like cream matte. Infused with wild mango butter. This pigment-rich, non-drying matte lipstick is bold and unapologetic. I will agree that it is a non-drying matte, because when I first got it, I put it on my lips with nothing. And like I just said, it's not like matte. It's just like, it's a cream matte. And done! This is now officially the episode 2, 6 days, same face. Day 2, we have a different sparkly eye. We have a different eye line drawn. We might use the same products, but we're going to do them in a different way. So today was just the ends, the outer part of the eye. And then we did powder for our eyebrows, which, you know, are trying their darndest. And then we have a nude lip. Foundation's always going to be something. And then today we actually highlighted the face because of the coloring of the foundation, but the end. It is 11:58 a.m. It's raining outside, actually. Oh, I'm not wearing a white shirt today because I'm going to work. So I got dressed for work before I did this. Hi. By the looks of my face, you would think it's a lot earlier than it is. It is 12:50, Tuesday. And it is day 3, 6 days, same face, episode 2. I'm gonna start by putting some Vaseline on. I love this thing. Oops. Some lip therapy. Before that, I was using just like a medical tube of Vaseline, like from when somebody went to the hospital. Probably me. Next, we're gonna moisturize our face with my favorite moisturizer in the world, the e.l.f. Night Cream. Eye lotion under my eyes and my eyelids, just because it's something you've been doing since you were young. Well, my mother used to slather Crisco on our faces and bodies. She always rubbed it straight down. I had to close my eyes. It'll get on your eyelids, so I'm like, yeah, lotion your eyelids. That's skin too, very delicate skin. So lotion it with some sensitive eye cream. I know they make eye creams and those are probably fantastic for other reasons, but lotion works too. And then we're gonna use primer. I don't need to see this part. So today's eyebrows, I actually kind of want to leave them as is or make them disappear. It's causing quite the conundrum in my head. I think I'm gonna leave them as is and comb them with some mascara. Because mascara helps make it look like it's being filled in. There we go. Those are my natural eyebrows. Combed with mascara. They filled nicely though. That's the one thing I do like about just putting mascara on my brows. They fill nicely enough. We're gonna put on foundation. If I can freaking find a Black Radiance Color Perfect in what is this? Cocoa Bean. Yeah, whiskers. Yeah. You know what I have not been doing lately? Like, not as consistently as I used to. Under eye concealer. I still do it, but lately I've just been like, in general, skipping that process. Not for any reason, but I just didn't do it one day, and that one day turned into another day, and that day turned into another day. This is probably the most natural foundation that I have. I'm actually gonna add just a little more right there, just a little more. I add a little more under the eyelid. I mean, under the eyelid. Depending on how thick it is. If it's a thicker foundation, I don't do that. I really like that song. It's perfect right now, like for this weather. And foundation done. So we're gonna move on to the eye base. which I'll skip for you. You don't have to watch me put on the same base every day. It's this. So far, I think today's look is actually gonna end up really soft and casual, so I'm excited about that. And the eyeline I thought about doing today, last night, was something that would make my eyes just really kind of rounded. So what we're gonna do is we're really gonna focus the eyeline from here, like here. We're not even gonna go all the way to the end. We're gonna focus it like right here and see how that works out. But first, today's nude glitter sparkle. All right, so as you can see in the Warrior, there's more to me, I feel like these shimmers are more daily shimmers. The one in the Afrique is like really an intense shimmer. It's almost like it's just almost a full-on glitter, but it's not, but it is. Let me swatch one. Like, I'll compare it with the closest color in that. So the Kofi in Afrique, I'm gonna compare it with the closest color, and I think that's Idia, which is just like yellow gold. So first is Kofi. That's Kofi on this side, okay? I'm gonna wipe my hands. And then here comes Idia. Idia. And I think what it is the addition of additional shimmer. This is just like a solid, or additional glitter pieces. This is like, Idia is like a solid yellow gold. Also, this one's a little lighter. This one's like really just yellow gold. Hold on. Let me compare it with Bakwa as well. Bakwa's also in the Warrior palette. Bakwa's gonna go on the other side of Idia. Their colors are a little more similar, but they're still, none of them are the same still. Well, that's comforting. So anyway, here goes Kofi. I wish it would focus. There you go. There's Kofi. If you're looking at it, you can see it's got a bit more glitter to it. Okay, and then there's Idia in the middle that's just like a solid gold shimmer. And then there's like a lighter gold shimmer right here, and that's Bakwa. I keep wanting to call it a Bakwa. Anyway, but the point is that's Bakwa, Idia, and that's Afrique. And you can see Afrique when you get closer. You can see Afrique's got some intense shimmer particles, and everyone else is kind of like a one-tone shimmer without all the glitter. Anyway, so that's why I'm using the Warrior palette, because it's a more chill kind of shimmer to me. And today's nude is going to be obviously not Idia or a Bakwa. I'm either gonna pick, I think I'm gonna pick Benin, since I want to be chill. Dahomey is a little copper, and it'll stand on its own a little without being too much. Benin will be like the one that carries the eyeball. There it is, look at that. That's like that little single that I have from Essence, but it's got more power. The single I have from Essence is also really nice though, and it's only $2. And it's a big pan, but I think this one's actually bigger, so I like them both a lot. You notice I put all the shimmers on with my hands. There's no real reason for that. I just do sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I use a brush. So honestly, when you're putting on your eyeshadow, use whatever you have found is helping you get the look you want. Sometimes for me, the certain way or place I want to apply something, it requires a brush because my fingers are so stubby. And done. Benin on the eyes. Woo! Today's gonna be real chill. Okay, so now we're going to attempt our round eyeline. I don't think we're going to put any eyeline on the bottom. My eyes have been so sensitive, and not like things hurt, but every time I put a pencil or something in that inner corner, it tickles, and it makes me feel like I need to scratch it. Oh, I hate that. And sometimes I can't be bothered with that. I'm like, okay, never mind. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to concentrate. So like I said, we're going from the very inner corner, adjust to outside, where right now, where my pupil is. We're not gonna slope it down because we want to make it look rounder. We're also tight lining that same area. So you see? So when you get to the end here, like I was saying where we would end it, instead of just cutting it off, you kind of bring it so that it comes down and go under your eye. And then tight line the end. Don't go on top, just tight line the end. Done! So, there they are. I like that. It gave them a very rounded feel. There's nothing on the edges, so it's just nice and clean over there. I don't know, it's similar. Well, on a very unrelated note, how do you guys feel? Have you guys heard about the new McDonald's Beyond Meat burgers? They're gonna be like vegan options or something. Everybody's like on them, being like, oh, McDonald's is trying so hard. And I'm just like, well, isn't that the point of a company? To try hard to match its demographics' tastes. And as you know, the vegan food lifestyle is growing in the United States, they were like, oh, maybe we should just here. This isn't really new to McDonald's. The McDonald's menu changes to suit the food culture of wherever they are. And I think in India, right, there's the McDonald's that they've had meatless burgers there. They've had meatless sandwich options for a long time, especially because of just the food culture of the area. I remember me and my sister were going through all the McDonald's around the world and stuff, and they were showing all the menus. But besides that, I learned about it in school because they were talking about how smart that was of McDonald's to fit the food culture instead of trying to force what they wanted to bring as a menu. They adapted the menu to fit the places they were going, which is honestly what you should do as a food service. But anyway, so the fact that I'm not gonna say all the things I want to say, but basically what I'm saying is I'm excited to see the new Beyond Meat burger. I want to see what it tastes like. And they had a kale burger a while back that I didn't get to try, and I was sad because it didn't do well because of the same attitude. People were like, oh, McDonald's is trying so hard. And it's like, yes, because they should. Like, if you're going to do something, you need to try hard at it. Period. If you're not going to try hard with your business, don't open it. And if you're not going to like try to grow, if you're not going to try to grow with the community you serve or the demographic you serve or the society you serve, if you're not going to try to, you know, adapt and fit with that, then you can kiss your business goodbye. So I think it's smart to have a Beyond Meat burger. It's a fast option for everyone, and it can introduce people who might actually not be into like meatless products to something meatless, just to give you more options in your life. I feel like your diet should fit how you live, but it should also, you don't have to limit yourself. And I think a lot of people have the idea that just because you eat meat, you are very limited. And I think maybe a lot of people do, just because they don't know where to start. And then there's this weird tension between everyone, and I don't know what it's about. Anyway, so done. So now we've got our nude shimmer eye and our rounded eyeline and our natural brown. Now it's for the lip, our brown nude lip, and done. So today's look was very, very casual. I like it. Alright, it looks nice. Ready, cut. Yeah! So today's really casual looking kind of face, very chill. I think tomorrow we'll go for a really fancy. Like, that's what will end up happening, given the products that I have in my head. Let's see. Huh. Welcome to day 4. Today we are going to do a warmer look with the nude face. I mean, with the lip and the eye. So I actually want to get my eyebrows as open and straight as possible, just cause. So let's try. We're only gonna use mascara and concealer, cause it's easy. We're using 2 Tried and True Babes, the Milk, and LA Girl. So get these eyebrows as straight as possible. Here's a tiny mirror. Here's the big side. Yeah, get in there. And get that front corner that dips. See? You gotta dip what that is already. This is the tricky part, because I can't necessarily make it go away like I want to. So I just cover the very end. Okay, and then when I fill it in, I'm also going to take away from the top so that angle isn't really there. See? It's less angled. Take away from the front too. Okay, other eye. I feel like I should be more careful. I feel like I should fill them in with powder today and not mascara. Too late. Time for foundation. Oops, time for primer. I'm just rubbing out any harsh lines between the concealer and the rest of my face, because it shows up underneath the foundation. This is Cocoa Bean by Black Radiance. I chose it because it's probably the most neutral foundation I own. Which again, if you have more yellow undertones, you might want to rethink it, because it'll probably pull gray instead of just neutral. I'm not talking much today. Sorry about that. I'll be talking a lot later. Today I'm actually going to film another video. It's like a little spatula, so you just scoop some off a little. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, 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 dab. Done. So today, because of lately I've been telling you how putting on eyeliner tickles and stuff, and like I hate it, we're only going to line the very top. My eyes are so swollen right now. Look. I'm gonna put the eyeliner on, and then what's gonna happen is they're gonna unswell. The place I put the eyeliner on, it'll move up. And see, look at that. Anyway, let's just go ahead and do what we can with our little swollen eyelids. As I massage them, it helps it go down though. I guess the circulation. I'm not taking it all the way in, I'm just stopping right out here. Simple eyeline. Today is warm and simple. I'm going to put this eyeline on first because I'm going to smudge it with the nude color that we're going to do. See? Soft eyeline. Okay. And I was right about the eyebrows. I should have done them with powder. We'll fix that. Okay, so today's nude shimmer is Ya. Now, you borrowed my concert Get Ready With Me is already posted, so you already know what Ya looks like. It's a coppery nude, and that's what we're going to put on our eye today. I love that color. And now for the final thing, the nude lip. The nude lip of today is something that will match the eye, and it's Fenty Beauty Shouty, the Mademoiselle. I have Vaseline on. One line on the top, one line on the bottom. It's a very concentrated lipstick though. That's it. Remember the other day was super chill? Today is like easy going, very chill. My eyebrows are getting all this up. Give me 1 second. So we're gonna use a little bit of that M40 powder, and then we're just gonna comb them a little very carefully because we'll lose the shape otherwise. Oh, they look better now. Okay, so there. Now you can see the eyeline is a little softer. The eyebrows are straighter. This one's better than this one, but it can't be helped. This one's probably the softest of them all because I went so neutral on the skin, but then I colored the mouth and the eyes with a reddish kind of nude. It was complimentary to me. Okay. Goodbye. Finally day 5. It's been kind of crazy around these parts. We're gonna start with primer. No, we're not. We're gonna start with eyebrows. I don't know if I've used this combo before, but today's eyebrows are going to be very crisp, kind of reminiscent of day 1, but not done in black. They're gonna be done in dark brown with our eyebrow kit. I'm gonna actually kind of try to angle them downwards. I want to make them really like bang, 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 bang. But it's been a long time since I did that. Today's eyebrows might be the worst eyebrows I've done. Well, that's as far as that goes. I'll do this all day and it still won't be what I want. Now we can move on. So this combination I found to be great for me. I don't know if I actually ever got to talk about this in a haul video. I thought I did, but now I'm not so sure. But I got a little trial set of this brand and I've been using it since, and I really, really like it. So that means I'm gonna be buying the full version of each of these things as soon as this is finished. This cream is lasting me a while, so but that's on my face already. So now we're gonna use this, and then my Black Opal Carob, the foundation stick, my True Color Skin Perfecting Skin Stick Foundation. Anyway, together I really like the outcome. This primer was touch and go for a while. Whoops. Oh, my eyebrows suddenly got weird. Let's bring you in to do the eyeballs. Woo! You know what this color reminds me of, and it just hit me? Catsina. Catsina and the Saharan by Juvia's Place. That's what it reminds me of. That's why I liked it so much, I guess. It's got that same feeling. They're a little different. Honestly, I think Catsina may be lighter and more gray. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing. This is just the observation. Today we finally used the very, very fancy one. And that's Kofi. Kofi. This one's way more fancy than the other shimmers. This one's a bona fide glitter, like a soft glitter. So the chunks aren't big or anything, but they definitely stand out. Fancy. So today's eyeline is going to be liquid and longer and more dramatic than usual. Or not. Let's see if I can do it first. As far as it goes. Not too bad. Bit uneven, but livable. Kush time! Everyone hates Kush, but like, I really like it. Maybe Kush is best if you have sparse lashes, short lashes, or dense and very curly lashes. I have dense and very curly lashes, but they're also short. They're actually not that short. They're just curly. Anyway, every once in a while I start eating one thing and then I like want to eat it all the time. But you know what I really want to eat? Okra. I've been thinking about okra for a month. It used to not be so hard to find okra. I think I'm just going to the wrong store. I'm gonna try a good old traditional market like Giant because the international markets are suddenly acting real phony and they don't have okra. Back up. Now we're gonna do the last thing, which is our nude lip. I don't think this nude lip's gonna fit this face very well. Maybe it will. It's Photo by MAC. Really good eyeliner today. Woo! See you on day 6! Yeah!